Artificial Intelligence and Ethics by Prof.Rajeev Sangal.
The issue of artificial intelligence can be discussed at various levels. And I wasn't sure at what level or what questions are primary in your mind. On one hand, there is this issue of consciousness. Can machines be conscious? Well, consciousness is a big term with many meanings. But three things. One, the machine can feel pain. Bhokta. Machine is aware of others and itself. That is drishta. And if these two things are there, then you can say it will also have to take moral responsibility. Karta. Bhokta, drashta, karta. Summarized in three small words. So can machine become conscious? The second, at the level of technology, is the technology transparent? Is it explainable? So when we put a technology in use, then would we understand what it is doing? Or it will take decisions, in this case it will take decisions about which it itself can't, we don't understand why those decisions are being taken. And if you ask the machine, why have you taken that decision, it has no answer. It has taken it. Yes, that's the right thing to do. What do you mean by what's the right thing to do? It is the weights in the neural network that tell me it's the right thing to do. So once an agent becomes opaque, then, or technology becomes opaque, then what are its implications for society? Then there are issues of very practical issues about privacy, violation of privacy, some of which of course have to be governed, controlled by law. Issues about bias, in which the machines behave in a biased manner, and I sort of taught this course to learn and think more about the subject to students. They were in their fourth year, and it was a shocking experience for me. Any issue we would take up, they would say, no, optimization algorithm gives us this answer. And invariably we end up there. So that means there is no right and wrong. Whatever the algorithm does is right. So that is a change in our thinking of possibly where we are not prepared to teach these things. We have not taught to people. So then I raised the question to them, who is responsible for it? They couldn't understand that either. I said, are the engineers who created this, are they responsible? So, we did machine learning after that? Not our responsibility. What is this meaning of responsibility, by the way? They asked me. I said, you will put in jail. And if somebody has died, you will be tried for murder. Then they understood the seriousness of the issue, that the engineers who built this technology will be hanged or whatever punishment, because it's their technology they created. They were not trying to murder anybody, but people died. So it turned out that about 30% of the course became law, responsibility, accountability, and accountability of an engineer. I gave them this example of this crash of the Boeing aircraft. It was in 2019. This was an Ethiopian airliner which took off with about 100 passengers, 120 or some number. And as it was going down, its nose started pointing towards the ground, and it hit the ground at 300 or 400 kilometers per hour. Everybody died. But fortunately, the voice recorder as well as the data recorder were located. If it had fallen in the sea, that also. And in fact, 8 months before that, a Malaysian airliner had similarly crashed with no apparent reason. And that airliner could not be located. Now when this crashed, they realized that it was the same make, the same aircraft, and possibly there is a defect in the aircraft. When they analyzed the data of the voice recorder, and this was even heard on the control tower, that the pilot is saying, I can't control the plane. And something is wrong. I can't control the plane. In the case of Malaysian airliner, it was far away into the sea. Perhaps the communication was not there or whatever, and that was a lost aircraft. Now in this case, the pilot, when they looked at the data, they see that the pilot is trying to change the trajectory. This plane is climbing, so it is raising the nose so that it can climb. And the aircraft, instead of climbing, lowers the nose. He again puts it up. Again, the nose is lowered by the control system of the aircraft. So something was wrong. And they analyzed it further. So when the pilot tells the aircraft to raise the nose, the message goes to a computer. After that, computer decides whether the nose should be raised or it should not be raised. This was an AI system which was deciding pilot is making a mistake, nose should not be raised. And they analyzed further. The computer had figured out that the aircraft is going into a stall mode. Stall means it's rising, speed is falling. After that it will drop down like a stone. The speed becomes zero of aircraft. Aircraft has to have a speed, otherwise it will drop down like this. So there is this is well-known serious condition in flying. It is to be avoided at all costs. So computer was avoiding that. There was no question of stall. Engine was fine. Of course, there was certain atmospheric conditions were there which were different. Perhaps there was a strong wind, and plane has barely taken off. But to avoid stall, the AI system decided it should not go up, it should go down. Okay? And it crashed and hit the ground. This is an example where the AI system has taken over the decision making. It is the final decider of the decision. All the aircrafts